Hello everyone and welcome back to Optimized FPL. We're going to be taking a quick look back at Game Week 28, which went quite well for us, and taking a look into the future. Let's get into it. So we'll just go from from back to front, starting with Dubravka. No clean sheets, but 2 games where he got 3 points from save points, so pretty decent. 6 points overall. Honestly, that's basically the equivalent of Ramsdale going in and getting a clean sheet, so can't really be too upset with that. Kilman, very unfortunately, got benched for the last game this week. My entire back line was basically single game weakers this week, and if I had known that, I definitely wouldn't have captained who I captained. Kilman, James, and Rudiger all benched, all for different reasons. I guess Rudiger and Kilman were the same reason because they were both benched for fitness reasons, but James, unfortunately, has an injury, which we're going to have to discuss later in the transfers section of this video. James going absolutely freaking bananas on Burnley, which was just ridiculous. 18 points, got a goal, assist, got all the bonus points. Just ridiculous. I'm so happy I ended up captaining him in the end. I was up until for me in Canada, the deadline is at 3 a.m. in the morning, so I stayed up the entire night thinking, tossing, turning, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And at the very last, in the last 5 minutes, I switched from Rafinha to James, and I just had this gut feeling that he was going to play both games. He probably would have played both games if he wasn't injured, though, so very unfortunate there. Alexander-Arnold always coming through with some good points. 12 points there. He got a clean sheet and an assist, which was very nice. He was the only goal in the game. Salah, unfortunately, blanking. Rudiger also keeping a clean sheet just like James, so decent overall. Rafinha, a lot of people's captains, very disappointing. Got a yellow card in the most recent game. 3 points overall. For most people, 6 points because of who they captained. Very disappointing from them. On the flip side of that, because there was a very big debate between Coutinho and Rafinha, and Coutinho just did the absolute opposite of Rafinha. He went crazy. Getting 23 points, scoring in both games, I think getting an assist in the other game as well, just getting all the bonus points, just absolutely ridiculous overall. 23 points. I wish I even considered him as a captain, which I did for a little while, but I just thought, I know Leeds are always a bad side, so I thought that he could get a goal there, but I was worried that he wouldn't get one against Southampton, which obviously I was wrong about. Kane also doing very well. Everton looking like absolute trash. I know they have so many rearranged fixtures to have, but I don't even know who I want to bring in. Maybe DCL, but honestly, their whole team is just so trash that I don't want to touch them at all. They have 4 extra game weeks to rearrange. I'm not looking at them at all. But anyways, Kane, Spurs looking absolutely fantastic. Kulusevski on our bench with 10 points, very sad. Our entire bench did absolutely fantastic this game week, which is really annoying, barring Ramsdale, who only got 2 points, but the rest of the bench did very, very well. Just quickly finishing off the starting 11, though, Wood, 10 points, getting a goal in his last game, very nice, very happy with that. Broya getting two pointers, which is pretty disappointing, but it is what it is. Martinelli coming in and against Watford, scoring a goal, which is very nice. It's a beautiful goal. All the Arsenal goals were absolutely fantastic. Whether they can keep that up or not, we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous goal. It was ridiculous. And Robertson with 6 points as well. So the overall game week score was 117, which is very, very good. It was above our projected scores. Our projected score was actually 103, so about 14 points above what our projected score was, which was very, very nice. Overall, the team looks fantastic. I'm really happy about it. Unfortunately, James is injured, so he's going to definitely change my transfer plans, but overall, I think the wild card was a great choice this week. I'm really happy about it. Okay, I'm going to slightly transition the video over to Live FPL. I think it's just a really great website. I would highly recommend it for anybody who's playing the game. It just keeps you up to date and a lot of stuff. But I'm now into the top 10K. I'm at 6,559. Very nice. I'm negative 12 points off of the top 10, so that means I'm in the top 10 by about 12 points, which I'm very happy about. Jimenez, unfortunately, getting the negative 4 points for us, 4.7. That really hurt us, and honestly, Kilman was absolutely a huge flop, especially because he's one of our differentials. Yeah, looking at the team overall, very, very good. The template is very similar. I'm not straying away from the template too much. Obviously, with 75%, and yeah, honestly, the team just did fantastic overall. We can see on who really, really hurt us. Saw really hurts us. Son really hurts us. Saka really hurts us. Jimenez really hurts us. And I think Saka and Son are definitely going to hurt us next week as well because I don't have either of them, and I'm not planning to bring either of them in. They both have doubles, so could definitely hurt us next week. Just having a quick look on who is being brought in a lot by the average FPL manager. So the average FPL manager is bringing in a lot of players that we already own, actually, which is very nice. Kulusevski, Kane, Coutinho, Rudiger, Broya. A lot of players on here that we really like and really like to see doing well. Hwang is a player I'm definitely thinking about, but I'm not going to be bringing in anytime soon, unfortunately, just because they don't have any doubles and they don't have any rearranged fixtures to have, so not really point seeing him in the team. Cash did absolutely amazing today, and he really has convinced me that he could potentially be a really good player in the future, so he's something to consider. Definitely better than Digne, for sure. He's a lot more nailed, and I don't know, I like Cash a lot more than Digne. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the vibes, but... We go to the next page. We got Ramsdale. Doherty is somebody that I'm really looking at. Salah, Seiss, someone who's in my team for a while, but unfortunately I couldn't keep. Dubravka, very nice there. Doherty's been playing absolutely amazing for Spurs, so he's definitely somebody on the watch list that I think I'm going to be bringing in this week. Players who are being transferred out a lot, looks like. Richie, Dennis, Weghorst. So Weghorst is very good because they still have a lot of games to rearrange. And if he's a little bit cheaper, this could be a very frugal signing for our team. Gallagher, also a really fantastic player who's also potentially going to be going down, who I think could be a great addition later on in the season, potentially for someone like Rafinha. Yeah, honestly, other than that, though, there's not a lot here. Maybe Trippier when he comes back, but it sounds like he's going to be a long-term injury. So, yeah, those are some of the transfers people are making. That's what the price change is looking like. Okay, to finish the video off, we're going to be going to fantasyfootballhub.co. This is my team for the next week, with the transfers already done. So it's one transfer this week. It is James to Doherty. There's no point in keeping my... I'm not going to have like an extra... There's no point in keeping my free transfer this week and saving it for next week because I'm going to be free hitting in game week 30, so I might as well just use it now and get it out of the way. I think Doherty's a really good player to keep for the long term. They still have one game to rearrange, so I think it's definitely a viable choice. The other player I'm thinking about is Tierney. One of the two are going to come in. I just think that Doherty's been a lot better going forward than Tierney has been, so that's the player that I'm bringing in. Ramsdale to start. I think he's just obviously a better pick than Dubravka, even though his games are probably slightly more difficult than Dubravka's. I mean, it's debatable which one has the harder fixtures. Rudiger in the starting lineup as one of our only single game weekers. I mean, it's Newcastle at home, I believe. It's just, I mean, he got rested last week, which was really unfortunate, but I don't think he'll be rested again. Robertson against Arsenal and Brighton, both away. Same with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Same with Salah. I think if you're looking to triple captain and you still have it, Salah this week is an absolute must triple captain. I don't see another time to be captaining anybody else. And I think this Salah is just, he's clearly the best player in the game, let's be honest. There's no reason to not have him in your team. And if you don't have him in your team, get him in right now. And if you still have the triple captain him. Next up, our last single game weeker is Rafinha against Norwich at home. I'm a little bit worried about Leeds overall. They just haven't looked that amazing going forward. He is definitely someone I'm considering even benching for Coutinho. Coutinho just looked absolutely on fire. But the only thing is that he's playing West Ham away. So, like, if Coutinho was playing someone like Watford or one of the bottom three teams, he'd 100% be in the team before Rafinha. There's no doubt in my mind. But unfortunately, because he's playing West Ham and the amount of difficulty they gave to Sevilla and to Liverpool, I just worry that Aston Villa are going to have an even tougher time beating them. So I just think putting him on the bench is probably the safest option. And Rafinha against Norwich, I mean, Norwich are just terrible, so I wouldn't be surprised if Rafinha and Leeds can actually get some results there. Martinelli is the other one of our Arsenal duo. Liverpool and Leicester, both at home, which is nice, but I just don't see them picking up too many points from those. Maybe against Leicester. I'm hoping that the Leicester defense is still as trash as it's been for the last little while. And to finish off our Tottenham trio, we've got Kulusevski and Kane. Kane vice captain. If you're looking to triple captain somebody who's in red hot form, playing against some weaker sides, I think Arsenal is a harder side to beat than Manchester United. And I think that Tottenham have been looking really good going forward, so you're not worrying about like clean sheet points or anything like that. I think that Kane could be a reasonable option for a triple captain, but I don't think I would have the cojones to do that. I think it's Salah or bust. To go back, Kulusevski's been absolutely on fire. He's been absolutely amazing. He's gotten like 2 goals, 3 assists in his first 6 games. Absolutely ridiculous. So if Kulusevski can keep up this type of form, he's going to be an absolute steal at 6 million. His projected points are quite low at only 6.3, but I think that's because like they don't know if he's fully nailed or not. I mean, Doherty's kind of the same thing, 3.2 for 2 games. It's just they're unreasonably keeping them low. I think they're worried about benching opportunities, so maybe that's why. Last player in our starting 11 is Wood. I mean, Wood, the only reason I brought him in was for these 2 game weeks. I think that he's perfect. He was perfect for the double. I thought he was a good cover for Newcastle, even though you don't really need to cover Newcastle, let's be honest. They're not a great team, but I just think that he was good. I was expecting probably like 4 points from each time, so he's already got 10 points, which is already more than I was expecting from both game weeks, so if he even gets an assist or a goal in these next 2 game weeks, it'll be absolute cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. But yeah, like I said before, my overall rating is at 6,500. The projected score for this week is going to be a score of 97.3 points, which I think is quite low, but you know, it is what it is. And my value in my team is 103.6 million with in the bank 1.4 million. So if you have any recommendations for Game Week 31 transfers, because Game Week 30 I'm going to be doing a wild card, or not a wild card, a free hit. Because I'm going to be doing a free hit in Game Week 30, there's no necessities for transfers, because I'm just going to be bringing in a full new team. But if you have any recommendations for Game Week 30 transfers, I would love to hear them in the comments down below. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope everyone has a great game week, and hope everyone can climb up those ranks. Cheers, everybody.